I was organizing my thoughts. I was compiling them into something that can be readable.
Yeah.
When you see your friend that is doing something amazing, I think it's not going to take you forever. It's not going to.
It's just like. Oh man.
To just correct something, even if it's just you are doing a great job, instead of just like maybe say, just appreciate them. Like those little effort, they feel appreciated. We feel seen, we feel valued, even though we are not reaching a wide range of audience yet.
I want to call the attention of the world towards that thing that they look as imperfect.
And I think clarity is all about knowing what you want and going after
Yeah,
it.
true self.
I want to help 10 million people communicate their big
Think
ideas.
very shallow. You think that the entire stuff I'm getting from this particular business is profit.
We feel seen, we feel valued.
When the marketing is done perfectly well, then sales is easier.
What exactly do you wish happens on earth? Hey guys, so on today's episode of the Clarity Podcast, we have someone amazing. We have someone that I know for a long time. I have known her for quite some time. She's a content writer. She's a creative. Within 2 years, she has been able to acquire the content writing skill and create something out of that skill for herself in less than a year. And she's one of the few people that actually amazed me. And I'm really glad to know someone like her. And, we meeting each other was more like a miracle for real. And I would just introduce the Kiki Blessing to us. The Kiki Blessing, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you so much.
You're looking so beautiful.
Thank you.
So good. Like you have the African, Anyways, I'm so glad to have you on the podcast today. Yeah, it's something that I've been looking forward to, and I'm glad that the time came. Before we go into anything, you're called the Kiki Blessing. A lot of people will be finding out or be trying to think that, okay, the Kiki Blessing is that actually your name or is that a brand name?
Okay, so that name was born out of me trying to find out who I have, my identity. Like it was saying, Blessing was given to me. Then Kiki is from my name, which is Kikiola.
Okay.
In Yoruba, Kiki is the Kiola. So Kiki extracted Kiola. So it was me trying to combine both the African name and an English name.
Okay.
I tried to make more easier for people all over the world to actually pronounce that name, like without giving them stress. I have some of my clients that are not from Trinidad.
Okay.
It can be very difficult for them to pronounce it. I discovered that pronouncing Kiki Blessing or Kiki or Bless is more easier for them. So, and yes, the name looks more professional. As time goes on,
the trick was just clicked on.
Yes.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, and that's amazing. So, I know that it's not like you've been in the content writing game, or in the writing game for decades, a lot of people and all of this. You've it's just few years. What made you? How exactly did you get into this thing? What made you think, okay, content writing is the next thing? What exactly is your thing? Because I know that you at this time right now, I know that you're still a student. I believe you're almost finishing school.
Yeah.
By congratulations, by the way. Anyways, so I know that you're studying as an adult educator, you studied adult education. So I want to understand what brought about writing. What exactly made you think that, okay, writing is the next thing I want to start doing right now? Tell me, what exactly is that thing?
I don't know, but just use someone I asked me that particular question. Okay, so when I was in 200 level, I met this guy. Yeah.
Okay.
I met the pioneer of clarity, of identity clarification. Yes, let me just put it that way. So I met Padavi, and he's always concerned about youth, young adults, and one question that I know Padavi David to always ask, especially from students after school, what next? When you just meet a random person and that random person just kicks in, you guys just start talking. Aside from the fact that you meet random strangers all around and you guys just, just vibe, talk about life generally. Yeah. But there's someone that wants to go deeper with you.
Yeah.
Like deeper with you about you yourself. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, he asked me, who am I? School, what next? Have I figured out what I want to do? Or do I just think that I'm in school to finish from school and then get a job, get paid every month, and that's like continues, the same way it was for our parents. And still, majority of us still think that's still come to school, resort, get a good job, get paid, and
Live the normal average life.
live the normal life. So from there, I was able to sit down, then communicate with social media, talk one-on-one. I had several one-on-one. I can remember that my name was vetted from one of our conversations. Yeah. And from there, we were trying to figure out what exactly interests me. And from there, he suggested that we go on, I go on 100 days writing challenge. I'm challenging myself. I'm not in challenge anyone. It's just for me to find out other topics that interest me, ideas, anything that just comes into my mind. I just pen it, write it down. Number one, number two. And from there, number one, I was writing identity. Number two, the girl child. Number three, I was writing about business, entrepreneurship, a lot of things that interest me. And from there, I was able to do that. I started with designing my content on Canva. And then I make sure that, I post every day. I was fulfilling the rule. And from there, I realized that this is a skill that I can actually offer to other people, several people. And yes, just start from there and it's been working.
Yes, that brings it to the next question. What would you think that content writing is something that would actually profit you? This thing would actually earn me money. What did you see? How did you come about that?
Exactly. So to be sincere, at first, I didn't see it as the energy was not to make money at first. The drive was just to figure out what interests. The drive was not just to live the normal average life. Mm-hmm. The drive was not money at first. Mm-hmm. And as time went on, it was getting interesting to me. This fact that I can come online, post some of my content, and I have reels, views, even though the likes were not much, but the fact that I can get one or two encouraging comments from people.
The response.
In fact, I can remember there was a time that one of my seniors in school messaged me, just called me daddy when I said he can see everything through. He just wants to encourage me that I should keep at it. The fact that someone that I see as an acquaintance was acknowledging my effort, even though I felt I didn't know I was saying at that point. But, it gave me so much joy that, yes, looks like it's something to other people. Mm-hmm. I was not taking it that serious at first. But the fact that some of my friends, people that were not in contact could actually notice my efforts. Yeah. They gave me so much joy. One of your random friends that just see your WhatsApp status or your Instagram update. Just, you guys just see each other and it's like, keep blessing. I just appreciate it. And I'm just like, it makes me feel accepted. At first I was not, I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel accepted. No, later on it was shade for fun and amazing.
So that's one thing that a lot of people lack, and makes them think that, okay, they shouldn't keep going, or they should just stop at any point.
Yeah.
Is that they don't get acceptance, or they don't get this sense of validation from people that yes, what you are doing, you're being seen, and, we believe you can do it, and all of those things. I believe those are the things that actually make people just continue to push that, yes, I'm being seen. People like what I am doing, and if I can do it more, I could reach out to more people.
Yeah, and I let me take one thing.
Yeah.
When you see your friend that is doing something amazing, I think it's not going to take you forever. It's not going to.
It's just like.
So just like.
Comment.
To just correct something, even if it's just you are doing a great job, instead of just maybe seeing the post.
Just make them know they are saying.
Just appreciate them. Those little efforts goes a long way in helping young ones, in helping them grow. They feel appreciated. We feel seen, we feel valued, even though we are not reaching a wide range of audience yet. But the fact that the ones that are close to us, they can see that we are doing something different. It fuels our creativity.
That's really amazing, and I'm glad that you found the set of people around you to actually give you that push. As a content writer, I believe that one of your major jobs is that you are to communicate a complex idea from a customer, from a client, and you have to like distill it into like a very simple way for other people to consume. I believe that's what you do as a content.
Yes.
Tell me, like, what exactly do you do? How exactly do you do it? What's the trick behind breaking down complex ideas and helping people just understand those things more? Tell me, let's walk us through the content writing process. What do you do?
Okay, so one thing I figured out is that people find it hard to compile their thoughts to something that can be readable. I can have a particular idea and maybe communicate in one kind of way. Talking with you, bringing together different sentences. But for me to actually put this into writing and make a random person interested takes so much. When I am speaking or when I am talking, I'm bound to say it's just like the way I said right now. So you do not want that in your writing. And I figured out that people need help in expressing how they feel about something, sharing their idea about a particular thing, maybe about their business, their brand. Yes, let's just say, aside from the fact that I started doing those Instagram, I was helping myself. I was organizing my thoughts. I was compiling them into something that can be readable. And so before I started offering that service, that was what I was doing. And I figured out that, okay, I can offer these services on freelancing platforms that don't even need you to have a portfolio like Fiverr. Sure, first working with Fiverr. I started on Fiverr, even though I'm not working with Fiverr anymore. There was time I met this particular woman. She's a brand strategist. And she messaged me. She said, I came across your profile. I think you're someone that can help me. And help me in the same what she said. I have difficulties. I'm struggling with how to communicate, how to make my website feel like, yes, this is me, instead of just making it professional. Most of the time when we start something, or maybe when we have a business background, we tend to make it professional because, we've been structured in this kind of way that we have to look professional, we have to sound professional, we have to be stiff, and a lot of people are finding it hard to navigate through that.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Because we feel the normal, business life or brand thing should be professional. You don't want people to see that other side of you.
Yeah.
When you can actually bring the other side of you, it's exactly, I'm honest with people that way and they will still accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
So at that point, I knew I had to, I had meeting consultations with this woman and I was able to figure out who she is. So what I always do is try to understand who this person is, what the brand is about. I try to navigate that together. I try to combine them together before delivering my service. I was able to help this woman to a point that, after each service, I was given additional every time. And she gives me excellent review. In fact, she personally comes into my DM to tell me about how I have helped her. So yeah.
So basically, you're just compiling people's thoughts like just here and there. You're just compiling it into readable content that people that are strange to even the person can consume. I think that we live in a world where people they know they can do something. They know there's a way they feel and they just don't know how to express themselves. And I believe, that's where the whole thing of helping people communicate their big ideas of expand campaign from. I notice that a lot of people just they know that they can do something. They know they are meant for something big, something amazing. They know that there's this thing I'm meant for. Inside you, when you wake up in the morning, you just know like, yes, I can do something, but you just cannot express yourself. And you have been able to look for a way to package those ideas and be able to communicate those things to other people for them. That's amazing. It's amazing. You're doing a great job. Anyways, let me just dive into the next question. So when you also talk about people that can hire you, like the way you're talking about this woman right now, what's a important thing about your writing attracts them? I know you just talked about the fact that you help them communicate, who they actually are. But what exactly about your professional work attracts people from your experience? I believe that you must have had a lot of reviews from people that come back to you and say, yeah, Kiki Blessing, you helped me do this and happy about this and all of these things. What exactly do you think that is a consistent thing that you sell to people that want to do business?
Okay, so I think something particular that people must be, we have writers. People just think, yeah, I can be a freelance writer. I can write for a medical company. I can write for wellness, beauty. I can write for diverse things. People think that's just, means get through these things. One thing I figured out, maybe because when I wanted to figure out my identity, I became diverse in branding generally. Then I discovered that most of my content was branding, even though it was, writing, but the rest was branding. I was trying to talk to people about branding. I was trying to talk to businesses about branding, personal branding. It was niche. Niched towards that side. So when I started getting clients, it was not as if I was specific on what kind of clients I wanted for. I was getting clients around personal branding, people that are brand strategists, or people that just want to grow their personal brand. I was not getting clients about wellness, health, medical. I didn't even push towards that line at all. So it's just a particular.
So you actually had, so you had a line of like people that you have created consistent content for, and like you can actually maybe show some of the things that you've done. You have an idea about those things. Yeah, that's like amazing. So the major thing is that your niche, you just niched down, and that has been like creator. I just think that at this point, niching is one thing that a lot of people still find hard to do. Yeah, and a lot of people just think that, why should I niche when I can do this here, when I can do this here, I can do this here, and I can do this here. And I think that, the moment they realize that if you niche, you would actually get everything that you want. And I believe that's when everybody would be able to actually type that, get into themselves. But I really think that niching is king. Niching is everything that you have to connect with people, connect with brands, connect with. I'm really happy that I helped different people. Yes, because you understand the industry, you know what is supposed to be done in the industry. Right. One other thing about niche that I think that people have to understand is this: beyond whatever service you are offering. For me as a designer right now, I think that, when I am working with a business, it shouldn't just be that I just do design for them and all of those things. Because I understand the industry, I can talk to them about maybe their customer service. I can talk to them about, other things, what they should do more, what they should do.
So they are not just rendering, just design
to them.
Just design.
I am infused in the industry. I understand things about the industry because it is my need. And I think that that's something that a lot of people have to understand about niche, because you are perceived more as a professional.
But even niching that also helps you charge more.
Yeah.
Because you are seen as someone that will offer more than that basic thing that our client needs. Yeah. Or that client, because you are offering more. When I just woke up to you as a designer that, I need a flyer for my business. And you are like, okay, how do you want it to look like?
What are the
Can you send me your details? Not like you are trying to figure out, okay,
why do you need the flyer?
Why do you need the flyer? What is your business about? Who are your target audience?
Exactly.
What are you doing to improve on your business right now? You think a flyer is what you need? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So this person actually, sit back and they just get interested that, okay, this person is interested in my business. Not that, okay, you need a flyer. What do you need a flyer on?
How do you charge? Yes.
How do you charge? I charge 10,000 naira. Okay, I have my budget is 7,000. So can you make it 8,000? And before you know it, you just keep
circling around and just working for different people. This particular thing, like I wasted like years just joining around and just trying to do one thing or the other, because of the fact that I didn't make myself look like a professional. I was not perceived as a professional. I was just doing all of these things every day. And everybody just think they can call me for whatever design work they want to do. It just until when I now understand niching, I now say I reject some things. Not just even reject, I refer them to, okay, if you want to do this, you have to do this first. If you want me to create a logo for you, a brand for you, you need strategy first. or if you have strategy already, you need this first. Or after branding, or you need marketing. I don't do everything. You understand? So at once, it's not like, for me now, I'm not a social media designer. Yeah, I create designs. If it is part of the package for branding for me, I do it as a basic template. But you won't see me going out there advertising myself as a social media designer. Yeah, because my niche, like what I do is branding, and I have an industry that I need to, you understand? And I think that it is one thing that a lot of people have to understand, especially people that are just starting out. You have to understand that, like, you have to choose a particular skill and not just say, okay, like, yeah, I am a graphic designer generally, or I am just writing for everybody generally. Yeah, you should have a specific people that, like, you offer your service to. And I think this is like something that we have to, like, well understand. Like, really, everybody understand it. Anyway. Yes, until everybody understands. Anyways, how long have you been here, right? Let me put it that way.
That was since
Yeah.
I was 21.
Yeah, so that's like you're 2 years in.
Yes, I did video options. Let's just say June, July.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like 2 years of about 3 years there. 2 years.
That's 2 years.
Yes.
That's 2 years.
That's 2 years. And you have done some amazing things. You have worked with some amazing clients. I personally know, like, your journey. I know how you've, like, navigated most of the things that you've done with other steps. I want to ask, what are the challenges you faced in creating content, writing, and all of this? And what are the challenges that you can say you made? Because I don't know, we might have people out there that are trying to be writers as well right now. What are the challenges that they might encounter, or you have encountered, that is like a stepping block?
Yeah, when I started, I didn't start with my course online. It's possible. But I think writing interests me. Let me say, Rob, let me collect money from maybe mommy or daddy to buy this particular course. This course will help me. I just started. I was consuming content. YouTube. I was researching a lot of things because I was interested. In it. I was trying to create content out of my interest. So it made me research more. A lot of research, watch YouTube videos, Google, Coursera courses, those free courses. Just want to have a basic knowledge about what you are doing in particular. And, that helped me change knowledge about what I needed at that time. It's not until I buy courses before I can be grasping something. Even though it is important for you at some point to learn from professionals. Yeah. But I believe that when you are starting out, you should personally have an idea. You should have knowledge about what you want to do before even buying courses at all. Okay, let's say someone talked about design, or you finished saying this podcast right there. I think writing interests you, and you just okay, let me see what and buy this particular course without doing what I've said or what we talked about. We have how do I put it? We have a lot of knowledge that you can never finish consuming or just use to be known. That platform is power packed. As a matter of fact, these courses that we buy, they are combination of different knowledge from YouTube, Google. These people they found a way to break it down into smaller units for us to consume. So if you are starting out, I think finding and pursuing this basic knowledge should be your priority at first. And then later, when you figure out that, okay, I think I really love this, then you cannot take a step further in buying the course or buying someone that can hold your hand, like a mentor, then you can know that, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I have someone that have done this before, and took this person 10 hours, and if I can follow this person pathway, that take me 5 hours or less.
Okay. Anyways, let me put it this way too now. I believe you've worked with clients that are clients that we call clients from L, and or sometimes maybe you didn't understand the case study or something. I believe you've gone through some challenges there. I don't know, like, how have you been able to navigate stuff? So as a writer, have you never made mistakes before, on a major publication? I want to know, like, what exactly.
Yes, I can remember about 6 or 7 months ago, I made a huge mistake. In fact, they published already was a podcast show note, just the way we are. You have to write an article from what was that. I found a tool that can transcribe audio. I made use of that, and I already lied to the extent that I forgot that this tool can actually make mistakes. So I have to also listen attentively to what that were used
in the podcast.
I think the man used the word read or something that I used to read. Like,
instead of read.
Like the person with some guest that was invited, he had some words instead of read. And that man asked me to me that the podcast has been published on all platforms. Apple Music, Spotify. Just think of the platform that these people use. And one of my team members discovered that to use the word rape. And at that point, sent me the screenshot. He circled it from that point. And he said, Kiki, you always do an amazing job. I've been working with you for over a year. That at a point I don't bother to check your work again. I just publish because I have this confidence in you that you're doing a great job already, because each time I check, I don't find any error. So there is no point in me wasting my time in checking again, because I trust it a great work. That was his message at first. And, I was expecting him to play up. But, he corrected me in a loving way. I don't know whether I get what I understand. And he said, I don't know what went wrong this time around, but you've been doing it great work. And I want to keep at it. And, I was expecting, when I saw the word rape, I was expecting something tedious, like, it's over between this person and I. But he was able to correct enough, and we were able to. So that was one challenge to remember very well, that yes, I made one stupid mistake then. And then, there are some times that I try to do something in particular. Like I said, I am a separate, right? Content right now. So I don't have someone that I can always work to inside this niche. So I had to consume my idea. And yes, I have you. I have part of BJVs that I can always call and just, I don't know. But I think it is very important that you have someone that has a basic knowledge about everything. You don't have to know everything, but you can call this person and ask them something you want to say, and they can give you an answer to it. Or you call this person and you ask them something about coding, and they have an idea about it. So, yeah. And this is, and that is who this guy is. He has a knowledge about something, even if he does not have the solution. He has, he knows a tool, he knows a website, he knows, someone or somewhere you can reach out to find that solution to your problem. Yes, yeah, that's that. And yes, I'm so proud that I have this particular man to always reach out to help me that aspect. Yeah, I know that.
Anyways, like, the fact that a lot of people think they can just navigate everything themselves is, can be very, very stupid. I'm this kind of person that I'm very strong on my own beliefs too, as well. Than like you, I can just figure out everything. But I know that, like, yes, I had magic king at a point to help me with a lot of challenge that I faced in my early years. I think that everyone should have at least one person that you can actually reach out to. It might be your colleague that just knows something more than you, or somebody generally that has more experience in this thing that you are doing. Yeah. And just reach out to them. Just tell them that, like, anytime I have an issue, I have a problem with this, it's fine to reach out to you and all of those things. You don't have to, you don't have to, like, stay on their throats every time to start pushing you through things one after the other. Just make sure that you're putting everything to work. And when you encounter a stubborn bloke, you can just call them that, oh yeah, this happened, what do you think I can do? And I believe that they'll be very, very happy to help. When working with clients, I'm trying to make sure that, like, people have a glimpse of what you're doing. When you work with clients, I believe you as a writer have a style, and I believe at the same time you want to communicate what the brand or what the person, the client is asking to do. You want to communicate it. You have a style already as a brand, as a brand, and the brand or the client you're working to has a brand. So how do you infuse your style of writing into the brand of the client
that I'm working with? So that is other. I can't tell you right now that I have it without that, because at a point recently, not even at quite recently, about a month ago, I'm in charge of writing for this man that I work with, and one thing I said that I try to do is try and understand this brand. Yeah, so their style, their ideas, their values. In fact, I basically request for their brand strategy, like the whole document.
Your guidelines, yeah.
Exactly. I have to push you up, you have to digest. And, there was a day that I made a post about making the writing for me. I am the voice behind the brand, even though it is his brand.
Yeah.
So, but it feels as if it's the one communicating to his audience, but it is someone else writing. And I made a post about how you can make things work, how you can navigate life together with your family, things you love, your idea, not knowing that this person's idea is that you go for whatever it is that you want. If you want your family, go for your family. If you want your career, go for your career.
You have to separate.
You have to separate things to them. And, I received a call. Hey, Kiki, I figured out that you made a particular post about this. I do not believe in that. I believe that you go for whatever it is that you know. You go for whatever it is that you know.
You don't combine with family and your purpose together.
And your purpose together. It's a different thing. If you love your family, then go for your family. Then if you love your purpose, then go for it. Give it everything that you can. And at that point, after we finished talking and I tried to understand him, look at things from his own perspective, I had to sit myself back. Wait, this is with this particular life.
Yes.
This is where you'd have used that you can have a perfect family. You can have your purpose figured out together, or you can have your family inside your purpose. How we do these things now.
Yeah.
So I had to just think myself that, these are two different things.
Yeah.
And then there are other clients that I realized that their own style is, they want to be jovial, even in their writing. They want to crack jokes, even in their writing.
Sound friendly.
They want to sound friendly. But there are some that just want to like be inspiring this touch of violence. Inspiring this touch of violence.
I get. Yeah, I really think that the part of you trying to help brands communicate their ideas without conflicting with your own values is majorly based on the clients you're working with. You're working for the client and you're expressing their voice. You're communicating their voice, not your voice. You should know that you're not working for yourself. Yeah, so you're working for the brand to communicate their idea, even though you're talking to the audience with the idea of the client. Yeah. So you should know that whatever that you're doing, just like as a designer too as well. Most times you just want to design. The design, it can be kind of different because you're designing for the audience in design, and you want to design something that's going to attract the audience of the client. But it's still the client. You have to still express who the client is, what the brand is. You have to be able to still communicate their idea to the audience. And I think that is a thin line that a lot of creatives don't know. They just want to express themselves that, okay, this is how I do my thing and this is how it should be done.
It should be done.
But they should understand that you're not working for yourself. You're working for the client. You're communicating for the client. Of course, you could share what you think, your thoughts. What do you think that this should be like? I talk with the client, and if you guys align, then. But I think that it should not just be a decision that you make alone. It should be a collaborative thing. You're doing an amazing job, and I should. So I want to ask you as a writer, in this generation, when we have people that have, and they have the way people engage with stuff, they have like, their brains are like goldfish, retaining information. Less than 3 seconds, people just pull off for editing every content. How do you keep people engaged when you write content, when you write things, when you create all of this content? How do you keep people engaged?
Okay, so aside from keeping people engaged, or just what I try to do generally, together with my content, or any brand that's trying to figure out who they are. When I'm able to figure out who I am writing, I know how to write. I know what language. I understand the tone I should speak in. I understand what interests them. I understand their challenges. And I understand that if you understand that your target audience are professional people that do not have time for fun, time for all this mushing.
I believe everybody has time for fun anyways.
Okay, you are right, but they are still.
I understand you. Yeah.
They are just thieves to that side.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to?
Everything I have to be doing online right now has to be professional. If it's not valuable,
I'm not interested.
Yes.
There's still something.
So the major thing is actually focusing on your target audience and actually delivering to them right. Amazing. Like that's on point. But I think a lot of people trivialize the place of target audience. Like you cannot just aim at everybody. You can't try to sell to everybody. In fact, there's a saying that says if you try to sell to everybody, you try to sell to yourself.
You are selling to everybody.
So I think that people overestimate the place of targeting. You can't just shoot your arrow around and
expect it to
make
some.
And that's amazing. Yeah. So for the last question, I want to ask. This is one of the questions I asked. Like, what do you wish is an exists? What do you wish exists because you as a person? The Kiki Blessing, you that you're a person, right? And what do you think that because you're alive, what do you think should exist rather? Because
right now, one thing that I think interests me that I would really love is making sure that young, especially students, that have an idea of who they are before choosing a career, or for when I
get admitted to an II something.
Exactly. I struggle with that so much. There was, when I started sending media power.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a day that I went to people that has stores or cartel, buy the products.
Yeah.
Try to sell to them at cheaper. In fact, it's so painful that my phone spoiled. I had the recording when I didn't allow it and move that one. And this man was saying that, we talked to a point that I was talking about the problem of that. Right now, I am studying adult education and I am literally doing market. I am so good in it, in marketing a particular product to him. And I am still in school, still trying to struggle with adult education.
Yeah.
That a course that right now it feels as if I'm forcing myself to do it.
Yeah.
That kids don't have that opportunity to explore our courses or our choice of career is always clouded with our idea of what a good course is or what a good career is, or our parents' validation
or
society's validation.
Yeah.
Do you get? Mm-hmm. So it's just it pains me so much when I still see students or teenagers going for a course because of they are not going for that course they feel that they will actually do well. There is this podcast. I don't know whether you know Bisola Badejo. She's a pastor at CCH. She started the podcast this year, and that there was a time that she wanted to study neurosurgery. And I think when she now had an encounter in school, one of her classmates, or I really can't remember the story, got injured, that she saw blood, and then it was that point that she realized that she can't even stand sight of blood. So just imagine this kind of person not having that experience of blood. Okay. She will end up going to science class, putting in for that course, and it's now when she realized that, oh, no, this is not something I should I should go for. I don't know whether you
I
understand.
get it.
So I think one thing I really wish, I have influence in educational sector. Aside from me having influence in other aspects of the world, I want to be a powerful woman. As you can see, I want to be a personality. I want to have that influence in education that, I can be one of the powerful women, like most sought after women in education, in compiling curriculum, in working on it, and you help these children know who they are, figure out their identity instead of, aside from, I think argumentative essay or whatever I think is named, because why are we having teachers are better than doctors are better than teachers, and we are trying to have a career clash between kids. I don't even know what life is yet.
Yeah.
Then we can introduce, and funny enough, we spend hours doing this thing, and I was spend 2 hours. So I think we can actually introduce career talk and clarity talk. But most of the problem we have teachers that
Most of them don't even know what they want to do. They are just,
they don't know who they are.
they have a situationship problem. Yeah.
Teaching because they need the money. It's not
The situation, yeah.
teaching. It's just one thing that led to the other. And I have to just put food on my family table. And that's why I'm teaching in a private school right now. So it's not to be their passion.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
So if I get you right,
Yes.
because I heard a lot of words about the pain issue that children they find it hard to actually explore and know what they want. And I believe that there's a saying that says, when you find pain, whatever pains you and at the same time gives you joy, that's the passion. So I believe that we can we look for a way to actually rearticulate those words, and let's look for how we can actually look for how to articulate your vision well. Because this is a clarity podcast, and one thing I always want.
Get there before living.
Yes, one thing I always want to do, businesses and anybody that is a creative as well, you must have a personal vision and a personal passion that you are pursuing. And even if you're working with other brands, and you have to have a personal vision. So I don't know. I want you to rearticulate everything that you said about what you actually wish was in existence per se.
Okay. So that is helping young or adolescents figure out who they are.
Or figuring out who they actually are.
Who they are.
I think.
Their identity for areas.
Let's try again.
Okay. Helping young ones figure out who they are.
You can, yeah. That's an amazing vision.
Oh wow, okay. So I came to Clarity Podcast to get clarity.
I think that's one thing that everybody should understand. The Clarity Podcast is to help people gain clarity. And I think that I'm so happy that you gain clarity on this task though. You're an amazing writer. You're somebody that I really appreciate over the years, and I've seen do a lot of things. And I look forward to seeing you help young ones gain clarity of have identity rather. And, as our vision and expand, of which we're part of too as well, which is to help 10 million brands communicate their big ideas.
Yes.
Yeah, and I believe that right now you're one of the brands that we have just to communicate that big idea. So So I'm so happy to ask you on the podcast. The Clarity Podcast is so glad